We're running low. All right. Yep. All right.
The code's good.
Your brother, faced with hard luck. Faced with hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Your brother, faced with hard luck. Faced with hard luck. Card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck. Pimps and card shots, thieves, murderers with hard luck.
Good morning and welcome to the Hard Luck Show.
Hell yeah.
I'm eating chocolate ice cream for breakfast. Unbelievable. Hit the like button and subscribe to Hard Luck Show. Big Lucks. Juman, what you got, partner?
Hey, right now, dude, following the Hard Luck's theme of crime and punishment, we're going to dive right into the federal indictment against Donald Trump that just dropped.
Yes.
He's facing 100 years in prison.
100?
Now, Juman, just to bring us up to speed, I got the text at I got a text at 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday from Monique.
Right.
Her saying,
right,
Trump just got indicted on all sorts of fucking accounts. Did this news, did these indictments, when did they come? Tell us the background on it, Juman.
So Jack Smith is the guy that prosecutes war criminals in Eastern Europe and had been doing that for 10 years. The United States brought him back because they wanted to roll up Donald Trump on this document case. And if you remember, right, in the beginning, it seemed kind of like, okay, so he kept some fucking classified documents at Mar-a-Lago because he wants to brag or he wants to do whatever. What's the big deal? And nobody knew. And for about 2 months, I mean, this dude, Jack Smith, even though Trump called him mad dog, talked smack, said he was, part of some leftist cult, whatever, he didn't say one word in the press at all. He just went about his business.
Right. We talked all about this, bro. Yes, go on.
Okay, listen. The day before these indictments dropped, Mark Meadows, the chief of staff of Donald Trump, went and testified against Donald Trump at the grand jury. He was the guy that had the cell phone that was texting and talking and saw everything that was going on around Trump on January 6th. And there's two cases going on. There's, did Trump cause the January 6th insurrection? And then two, what are these classified documents that he stole? And so when those indictments dropped, they were sealed. This morning, they unsealed them. It's 37 counts of violating the Espionage Act.
What?
And he's facing 100 years in prison. And two of the documents that the indictment reveals one is United States nuclear arms information.
Oh, shit.
Fucking this guy.
Wow.
Do you understand how big that is?
Yeah.
Man.
Jesus Christ.
He took classified information about U.S. nuclear weapons and had it at Mar-a-Lago. For what?
To share it with his fucking friends.
Share it.
Sell it, yeah.
And let me tell you something. Those nuclear information, including locations where the bombs are, right, our missiles, not only does it contain that, but it contains some of the infrastructure information, super high-tech stuff that even China doesn't have about how we fuel, how we set them up, all this stuff. Targeting systems, all of that was in that sweaty mansion in Mar-a-Lago in boxes. The other thing that he had were attack plans on foreign countries. United States attack plans on foreign countries.
Boy, man, that's more money.
When I was trying to explain to somebody, this is bigger than Richard Nixon. This is bigger than the president trying to break into the Democratic headquarters and steal some campaign documents. This is a 45th president of the United States who took nuclear secrets and military attack plans to his private residence.
Military attack plans. Just having those out there for him to do what he wants with, I can't even imagine how south all that either went or is going. That's horrible.
Or
man.
has.
Or already
Think
has.
about this.
How many lives? How many lives are you putting in danger? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So we have military and covert patriots overseas gathering this information to keep the country safe. If anybody sees, and Trump, between the year and a half or 2 years that he's been out of office, how many drunken, stupid parties has he thrown over at Mar-a-Lago with big money donors that have access to his mansion?
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is, when the government asked for him back like a year and a half ago, when they asked for them back, if he would have given them back then, he probably wouldn't be charged right now. They probably would have said you shouldn't have done this, maybe put out a couple of bad articles, but he wouldn't be facing 100 years in prison. And they have security footage. I read through the whole indictment. The feds have security footage from Mar-a-Lago, right? Because it's got security cameras everywhere. Where when the FBI came to search, they have security footage of Trump's minions moving certain boxes away from the area where the feds were going to search.
Fuck.
And because employees and others have rolled on Trump, they have evidence that a lot of these classified documents were in his personal private bedroom. They were stored in a bathroom, and then they were stored somewhere in a secret room near the ballroom in his Mar-a-Lago place. I mean, why would Trump need to have nuclear secrets and military attack secrets stored in a shower or stored in his bedroom? I mean, really think about that. That's not just, I just want to brag. That's like a Manchurian candidate. That's like somebody working for another country.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And there's 37 counts, and that's just those documents. And when Jack Smith dropped the indictment, he gave a press conference that was like a minute and a half long. He just basically said, in the United States, we have military folks that we got to protect. These rules are here to protect those folks. And then he said, there's one set of laws in this country. And then he said, and look, he's innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in the U.S. court of law. That's what he said. And that's all he said. Now, would this prosecutor, would he actually say, until he's proven guilty, we all got to assume he's innocent, if he didn't have this guy dead to rights?
I don't know.
Publicly say, you don't think he would?
What'd he say? Say it again.
He said, and I want to reaffirm, this guy is innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a U.S. court of law.
All right.
Would a public prosecutor say that to the general public with a guy like Donald Trump if he wasn't sure he had this dude dead to rights?
No fucking way.
He's basically saying we got him. He's done. Because he knows Trump's going to try to say whatever he always says. It's a witch hunt. It's not fair, blah, blah. He's the only wealthy guy in the world that claims you can't buy justice in the United States.
Man, dude.
Horse shit, man.
What was the name of the attorney general that first went after him? What's his name again?
Okay, so they had a guy that was a special prosecutor named Mueller.
Right. Mueller. And I remember when it was all going down, Chumahan, I thought Mueller was the guy that was going to take him down.
Yeah, and a lot of people did too, but he was still a sitting president.
Mm-hmm.
And people think, so taking down an ex-president is not the same as taking down the sitting president. And I was thinking about this prosecutor, Jack Smith. When you look him up, he's been doing basically prosecuting presidents of other countries for like 10 years, right? I got to believe that the government, the Pentagon, the generals, everybody knew, right, what Trump was like. Nobody had any proof. And they also knew that if they did one misstep, he would get away with whatever. And people were actually fed up with it. But do you think for a second that they weren't advising Jack Smith, right? Jack Smith didn't officially come on to any cases. But don't you think they were talking to him saying, like, we've got this president. He's still sitting here. We know he's doing something. We don't know what we can get him with. I guarantee you they were massaging this thing and thinking about what would be the best way to box this guy up. And you know what? Big Lux, you gave that great speech when you were, I can't remember when it was, but it was about Trump. And you said, fuck all these Ivy League fuck faces because they let this clown right beat them and get in.
Yeah.
I believe that Jack Smith is the final response of the establishment that is going to bring the hammer down. Having the nuclear secrets and military attack plans harming the national security of the United States is nothing even close to paying a stripper.
Right.
And you can't make claims like that in public for the Department of Justice. If the Department of Justice fucks this up, the United States Department of Justice will never have credibility ever again. Like ever.
So they won't fuck it up.
No, that's why it took them, and that's why it took them so long to get the indictments. And then when Jack Smith stepped aboard, that's why you saw all of a sudden Mike Pence, the vice president, is testifying. Then Mark Meadows is testifying. And it's because he did everything right and he got everybody guilty and said, you either tell the truth and you roll on your boss or you're going to do serious time, just like that accountant that they sent to Rikers Island. And you can't draw a line in the sand like this and not win. There's no way. And you want to know what's crazy is the case went to a U.S. federal judge that was appointed by Trump.
Oh, man.
Fuck.
Yes. Fuck. But there's rules in the 11th Circuit that will require her to recuse herself because there's just an appearance of impropriety for that. But I'm just telling you.
Wait a minute. When you say impropriety, you mean like just for the fact that he brought her in, she can't be on the case because if she's too close to it?
It's partially that. And then also because it's a smaller news item, but maybe like a year ago, she got involved with the subpoenas and tried to take jurisdiction of the subpoenas to help Trump. And it got taken away from her. And she was acting outside her normal scope of jurisdiction and she got caught by the appellate court.
Oh,
So for those two reasons, most likely she'll have to recuse herself. And what Trump's going to try to do is drag it out as much as he can in the hopes that he gets elected president and then pardons himself.
Fucking shit.
He's got to be super desperate to get that election.
He's gonna try.
Yeah, but it's really hard to get elected. I mean, it's one thing to be
this press already came out now, dude. This already, I mean, he'd have to lose a ton of fucking votes. I'm not saying he wouldn't still have all the retard rubberheads.
Right.
But anybody that was withering after news like this I would imagine would just walk away. Like, that's it. You know, if that happened, you know, he's a traitor. But I don't think he could get back into office and get reelected at this point in time. Especially with this type of shit coming out now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think, Chuman? You think there's still enough fucking corn muffin heads out there?
No. Look at this headline. Trump took classified documents, including information on nuclear weapons and secret plans to attack a foreign country. And then that headline's over his estate in Mar-a-Lago. I don't see how anybody who thinks
can come back from that. Hey, he's gonna get canceled.
Dude, his two attorneys, as soon as those indictments became known, as soon as they dropped, his top two attorneys quit.
Right.
I love that. Hey, you want to know something? How is it that Lil Nas X can fucking suck a dick and he gets canceled, and then fucking Donald Trump can do all this shit and he's still got fucking crazy fan base?
Devout.
Because they're all in it because...
You know what I'm saying? Like,
because they're in it, they're racist. This guy represents racist people. So, like, they don't care. They're tired of losing this whole race thing, and they're tired of hiding that they're racist, and they want to come out, and they secretly believe white people are destined to control everything, and they're tired of pretending that it's not the truth. And they think everyone else thinks like that, and they think everyone else has been tricked by communists into believing that, you know, Jewish people, African Americans, you know, Asians, we're all equal. They think, you know, communists have convinced people that, and it's time for red-blooded Americans to step forward. That's what these people really think. They really think that. And it goes beyond all this other crap. They don't care about all that other crap. Whatever. It's and the craziest thing about this whole thing, Big Legs, is the biggest self-sabotage you could ever imagine anyone doing. I mean, really think about this. Donald Trump, against all odds, made it into the presidency. He was in charge of the government. He could have just got there and coasted. He could have just said, you know what? I've got my experts. I'm not going to touch any buttons. I'm going to play a lot of golf. I'm going to get my dick sucked a lot. I'm going to eat a lot of Big Macs. And I'm going to let the eggheads do what the eggheads do. And if he wouldn't have broke anything, they would have thought that he was the best president that ever happened since George Washington. That's all he had to do. He would have got reelected. Wall, no wall. He just got in there and let everyone else do the work. Let the Pentagon do what it's going to do. Let the FBI do whatever they got to do. All he had to do was coast. And he would have got reelected. He couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. He had to get on Twitter. He had to fight and get crazy. Okay, fine. He loses the second election, right? He didn't have to go and do this whole election rigged thing, but all right, he did it. Didn't have to do that, but he did it. He probably would have been okay, but he just had to do one more dumbass thing. And that was take nuclear secrets and military secrets to his house. He just couldn't let himself just go. He had to do that, and he had to do it in a way that through video and through text messages and through photos, there would be no doubt that he directed it, he knew what was happening, and he intended to do it. It would be like a mob boss ordering a hit and then riding in the car along with the guy and talking about how great it's going to be to kill the guy, and then taking a picture while the guy's being killed, and then leaving evidence at the scene. So not only does the soldier get nicked, but the big boss gets nicked. I mean, really think about how much has to be wrong in Trump's head to set himself up like that.
Well, listen, man, I think as you start looking at Trump's history, like how they didn't vet this guy, how you didn't know Trump was shady, scumbag. I mean, and this is public knowledge. You're going to tell me that the way they vet people, not even for presidency, if you just want to be a fucking mayor, they're digging on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Governor, councilman, right? They're like really like, you stole some gum in the 6th grade. This motherfucker had illegal aliens working, bankruptcies, fucking, misconduct shit, like, all of it, man. He had all this stuff for everybody. How did okay, and then it was just all con jobs. Like, his business was full of shit. This guy didn't have any kind of money like he said he did. He's just a con man. How did the White House not figure out he was a con man, that he was all full of shit?
Well, so you're right. Partially it was because he was on TV for a decade. In American culture, if you're on TV, people think you know something.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, you're right.
They do, right? And
or if you can sell fucking, 5 or 10 million albums, you know something as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. So whatever the nudnik was like, well, I mean, the guy was on TV, and when I watched TV, he was the boss. He was a CEO when he was firing people. That must be what it's like to run a business. He was critiquing Omarosa. That's how businesses run like that. And on some level, I think the Republicans in the beginning, you could kind of see like they were like, yeah, this guy can't be serious. He's not going to win. And he beat out all the Republicans. And then he beat out Hillary Clinton on a popularity contest. People just didn't like that chick. People were like, fuck. Right? She's going to ruin all our fun, that one. So he got into the White House, and there's no rule that a con man can't be the president. That's not in the Constitution, and they can't stop it. He gets elected. Now, a normal person gets elected and gets there, and like I said, does what George W. Bush did. Just was like, well, I'm just here to eat the pizza. Everyone else do your job, and I'll stay out of the way. I'll just swing in and get the glory. That's the job of president. You swing in and get the glory while the hard workers are making sure nothing gets fucked up. That's what you're supposed to do. That is not what he did. He blew it. He just blew it big time. And now, instead of, having ghostwriters write books, and instead of going around and giving speeches, he's going to be sitting there looking at 100 years in prison against Jack Smith, who doesn't give a fuck who that guy is. And everybody, except for a small percentage of people, are really hoping that he gets convicted. Like, if he gets convicted, it might blow all of our minds, because everybody's got Trump fatigue, where you're like, fuck, man, another indictment? I don't want to go on this journey anymore. I'm tired of either crush him or don't. He's going to get crushed. You can't have allegations like that and not get crushed.
Right.
Why do you say that? Wait, why do you say that, though? Because to me, it seems like he's like, it's bouncing off him all the time. I mean, even the one with Stormy Daniels, he just was ordered to pay her, right?
Right.
But it wasn't like he faced
No.
This
He
on
was
a bigger
ordered
scale.
to pay the woman he sexually assaulted $5 million. That's because she just brought a civil case against him for assault, right? So their crime statute of limitation long passed. But she's like, I was assaulted. Just like some kid assaulted by a priest, then they turn 18. They're going to let you at least get your injuries, your damages, like all the therapy and all the crap you probably had to deal with. That's what that was.
Okay.
The indictment for phony business records and campaign laws, that's still charges that he's facing. The judge said you got to go to trial on that in March. The trial's set. So while he's fighting Jack Smith, the federal government, he's going to also be dealing with state court charges and trial in March. He's going to have to take the stand. In the civil case, he pretended like, I'm over here in my golf. I have to do something. I can't testify because I'm busy. That's a civil case. He loses money. In New York, that case related to Stormy Daniels is being prosecuted by the district attorney in New York.
Okay.
That's a criminal case.
He still might go to jail for that?
He could go to jail for that after he does his time for the federal indictment. And mind you, that is also, right? He's going to be facing an indictment out of the state of Georgia for calling up and he himself called up and said, can't you find, look, all I need is 11,000 votes. Can't you just find them behind a filing cabinet or something? Those are all, these three criminal prosecutions. The worst one is for violating the Espionage Act. That's like Aldrich Ames, CIA guy who was giving secrets over to the Chinese. That's that level, bro. That's no small potatoes. That's serious shit. So that's what I'm saying. And if you don't have that on lock, you don't bring a case like that against the former president if you don't have it on lock. You just don't.
I mean, that makes sense. You couldn't let this thing brew up that much news and that much headlines without, you better have, or the whole department's going to get lost behind it if you don't fucking.
Think about this. What would our enemies think if the federal government couldn't prosecute Donald Trump for stealing classified documents related to?
I think we're fucking weak.
Yeah, man.
So
If there's a person to make an example out of, it's Donald Trump. If there's a person to make an example out of, please, it's Donald Trump, you know? Yeah. But, look at motherfucking Bill Cosby and these motherfuckers like, all these shit.
But Bill Cosby, Cosby didn't fuck with the military, man.
Right.
Bill Cosby didn't fuck with the military.
Right. What I'm tripping off of, too, is people still supporting him, and they're all about America, but he's betraying America with our secrets. You know what I mean? And he's selling it to the highest bidder. And it's like, why would you support a human being like that? Like, what the fuck, dude? It's
because those people can't admit they're wrong.
Right.
And those type of people,
fucking
those
bullshit.
type of people use America. They use the icon and the logo of America to really support white supremacy.
Word.
And they bought a lemon. Like, you bought a lemon. He's fucked. He's broken. They can't admit it. They can't.
They're already committed. They're committed to it already.
The fuck up.
They can't reel that back in now. It'll kill them.
Right.
They're invested in Trump. They can't uninvest now. That would make them look bad or whatever they think. They're
not going to be. They don't want to expose themselves for bad choices. That's it.
I have a few people
real immature
that before this indictment were laughing about the classified documents and saying, good luck, waste of taxpayer money, you'll never get him. He's the Teflon president. More liberal tears, we'll see. Ha 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 ha. Right? That type of person can't back down, just like Big Luck said. They've invested, they're committed, they put their lot in with this guy because they thought he was invincible. I mean, really think about how immature a human being would have to be to think that any other human being is invincible. There's even the toughest, the most smartest, the slickest person gets old and dies.
Right.
Like even Muhammad Ali, as much as I appreciate and love what he did, his body eventually had to succumb to what he put it through. And
Yeah,
Donald
man. Donald Trump, he needs to fucking submit to what he put us through. You know?
I mean, can you imagine him eating prison food?
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm sure wherever he goes, he'll be eating nice. It'll be like one of them luxury prisons.
On a golf course.
He'll have a little putting green in his cell.
Of course, man.
Imagine him taking the stand and trying to explain. Look, he doesn't even, dude, in the indictment, it says that multiple employees said that he helped pack up his office. When has Donald Trump ever done his
anything.
own physical labor? Right. Except now he's packing up the office and getting some of these files together, helping out his workers.
So would you consider,
think about that.
Real quick, Chew, would you consider this being bigger than Watergate? Had the potential?
Oh, for sure.
This is way bigger than Watergate.
Huge.
I think so.
It's way bigger than Watergate, dude.
Right.
Nixon wasn't selling out the country and basically a traitor. This is a traitorous president for real.
Fucking A, man.
He's the chief executive of the military, meaning he's the top dog of the military. So everyone in the military salutes him. They play hail to the chief when he gets off those stupid fucking planes. All that stuff. And if he tells the general, like, look, you better wipe my ass, they have to because they swore an oath.
Right.
And what does he do?
Betrays it.
He takes their plans and sells them to the enemy.
Fucking sucker, dude.
You imagine?
Fucking.
Well,
whack, bro.
wait, hold on. Let me play devil's advocate real quick. Because
Go ahead.
He didn't actually sell any secrets.
How do you know?
Yet.
We don't know that.
You know,
True.
How do you know?
I don't know. You're right.
Think about this. If I was Donald Trump and I was trying to run some game like that, I would just throw parties at my place, right? And I'd let an underling let another underling know where certain documents were at the building. I'm not in the room while you're rifling through files.
Taking pictures of everything.
But you got access. Right.
The other thing,
That's
too,
already-
is what if he was working, what if he is really allied with the Russians? What if those are his people? And they didn't pay him nothing for it. They were like, get this and that. That's what we need. And he got him, and he's this whole time they've been taking care of his ass for years.
Right,
Maybe he's just on the payroll with the Russians. Who knows what they've got for him out there? He might have mansions. They're like, as soon as shit blows up, you come fly over here. We got you're good forever. You know, we don't know.
I think you're right, Big Lutz. I think it's hard for us to imagine that somebody like that can make it to the presidency, but I don't think you're far off, Big Lutz, at all. When you look at his Trump Towers, and there's been articles about it, and nobody's, been man enough to say it, but a lot of the people who buy those stupid ass things are really wealthy Russians. Like, he might not be a real estate mogul if he didn't have Russians buying his properties.
Right. It could be tied in with all those guys. We don't know what he has in Russia. We don't know what he has going with those motherfuckers. But anyways, man, it's just, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
We don't know what they have on him.
Wasn't his wife a Russian, like, beauty queen?
Melania? I don't know, but he keeps marrying these women from the Eastern Bloc.
Yeah, dude. They're all beauty pageant girls from the Eastern Bloc,
Maybe they got photos of him with a corpse or something. Something crazy.
He was doing the golden showers and shit in the fucking hotels over there.
Fucking necrophilia, motherfucker. Right?
All right, man.
Anyway, that's
Fuck,
wild.
bro. Well, let's all get together right now. Let's hold hands. Let's pray that motherfucker goes away forever. I wish everything bad in life on him. I wish the worst on him and his rotten fucking family. All of you Trumps. Fuck y'all.
Wow.
All you Trumps, man.
Wow.
What you got?
I agree with that.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Word up.
I'm throwing my lot in with you. I'm with that.
Yep.
Because I'm a patriot. As much as I criticize this country, I love this country. And somebody like Trump that undermines every institution, bury him under the prison.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Hey, that's good, man. That was good. We needed to hear from you, Chuman. Nobody can break that stuff down like you, my man. Hey, watch the Hard Luck Show Mondays and Thursdays. Go to supermaxhardware.com, make a purchase. Go to Cookie Store, buy some Vibes papers. Get a eggplant parmesan sandwich at
Treat
Enzo's
yourself.
Pizza, right?
Yeah.
At Enzo's Pizzeria, and treat yourself. Maybe some hair products from my Najou. Maybe some olive oil. What? You know, do something, right?
Do
In
something.
the middle of all that, watch the Hard Luck Show on Mondays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
And don't forget to hit the like button. What you got, Sean?
And don't forget to head over to hardluckshow.com. Also, head over to Amplified, AMPLIFYD.com, and search for the Hard Luck Show. Go check us out. Check out our page. Check out our page on Amplified. Look, go over there. You go over there. You look at the page. You get the LA Crime mixtape. You download it for free. It's just chilling there for you to download. Also, we got Art of War.
Yes.
And what's the other one?
Proto episodes.
That's what it is. Proto episodes. And then and check out our upcoming auctions.
Yes,
you
sir.
got, Chief?
Hey, there's Big Luck. What up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fossilman's Ice Cream. Supporting an LA photographer with 9 toes.
Word up. 9. I can count up to 19. Thank God. Yeah, man. Big Pig Mike Angelo Photography. Also, shout out to all the men here at the Hard Luck Show. Good looking out. Much love to y'all, man, for your support. Keeping it 1,000% for everybody out there. Also, too, want to give a shout out to nobody.
Bionic.
I'm going to shout out me. I'm going to shout out Chumahan. I'm going to shout out Sean. I'm going to shout out Lucky. Because you guys are badass. Love you guys, man.
Thanks for the ice
What you
cream,
got,
Mike.
Yeah.
What you got, you?
Avonda Bowen LLP. We represent patriots. That's it.
That's it. All right.
That's it.
And like we do about this time, adios, amigos, from the Hard Luck Show.
Adios. Yeah.
Adios.